Have you ever felt as though it was too late to follow your dreams, or that your chances of success are over? Maybe because you feel you're too old, or that a brief opportunity you had is now gone. If so, consider the story of a boy named Haaland, who was born at the end of the 19th century. When he was only 5 years old, his father passed away, and his mum had to provide for the family, leaving young Haaland to cook and care for his siblings. And as he got older, life didn't get any easier. At the age of 10, he started working on a farm to help provide for his family. And after that came a life in which he frequently moved from job to job, never really settling down or feeling content, always trying to be successful. Amongst other jobs, he worked as a streetcar conductor, a railroad fireman, an insurance salesman, a secretary, a tire salesman, a ferry operator, and even a lawyer. And he wasn't scared of hard work, but he just never achieved the success he dreamed of. And then, in his 40s, he ran a small petrol station in Corbin, Kentucky. Now, despite his fluctuating work life, his love for good food and cooking for others always remained consistent. And so he started serving his own personal secret chicken recipe to customers at a small dining room at a petrol station. And it wasn't long before he had built quite a reputation for his fried chicken. And a few years later, he opened a full-fledged restaurant close to the petrol station. It seemed as though he finally achieved success. But then the news came that they were going to build a new highway and that his restaurant will be bypassed, reducing the footfall and potential customers significantly. In the end, he had no choice but to auction off his restaurant at a loss. He was now in his 60s, and he faced the prospect of living on Social Security for the rest of his life. However, Colonel Haaland Sanders did not give up. He still had a car, a chicken recipe, and a dream. And so he got in his car and he started driving from restaurant to restaurant all over the United States. And at each one he stopped, he offered to cook his secret 11 herbs and spices chicken recipe to their employees. And if they liked it, to their customers as well. And his idea was to set up franchises for his chicken recipe. And this was an incredibly slow, expensive, and humiliating way to pursue business partners. And Colonel Sanders received hundreds of no's before he got his first yes. However, he persevered. And a decade later, he had franchised over 600 outlets and built a company worth millions of dollars. Today, Colonel Sanders is probably the most recognizable icon in the fast food industry, and his name is synonymous with the hugely successful KFC. So friends, when you're tempted to give up because things didn't work out the way you wanted it to, or because you haven't achieved the success you dreamt of yet, may I encourage you to remember the story of Colonel Sanders and use what you do have and never give up, because it's not too late to pursue your dream.